Here, I would like to have a brief introduction on the principle of the divination. What is a divination? What's the difference between divination and fortune teller, 算命? Okay, and also in the end, we are going to introduce a very simple. You can easily learn I-Ching divination with just 3 numbers. And basically, divination, the main simple thing, divination oracle is a future prediction mechanism, and that actually is wrong. And divination basically is a tool for modeling to analyze and help you to think about at the time you are wandering around. When you feel confused in some situation, then you have a problem, and this modeling tool will help you to trace out all those kind of confused complexity. And however, the decision had to make by yourself. One has to make one's own future. So divination basically is a tool to help you to analyze your complex situation. Also, the foundation is the ancient people. They collect a lot of the data to establish this model, and we just by use of this model to help us. So divination is not the fortune telling, and fortune telling basically is based on the fate or destiny, and everything has been set up by your fate. Then you cannot change it. However, divination basically gives you certain hints of what you should do, and in that case, you might make a right decision or make a good decision for you, or we'll say good or bad, make a appropriate decision at the time you are confused. And many people deeply believe the I-Ching divination, and some people never believe this divination stuff. And in fact, we have so many amazing cases around us, and so most people, after they try this I-Ching divination, and they think that it's really an effective tool to help them. And so for me and for many people, they look at the divination is that 借战学艺，借艺修行，趋吉避凶. What is we can learn the spirit of I-Ching by the divination. Through the divination, we can think about the text and learn the image and the numbers of the I-Ching in more in depth. And also, we can modify our behavior by learning I-Ching. Okay, eventually, from divination and from learning I-Ching, then we can pursue fortune and avoid misfortune. That's 趋吉避凶. So that's the idea of the divination and the I-Ching. And so we so-called 趋吉 or 趋势, pursue fortune. Pursue fortune. Why we want to pursue fortune? Basically, pursue fortune or pursue timing, pursue trend. Basically, it's come from the idea of the I-Ching hexagram. Hexagram basically stands for a trend, and each line or each yao stands for timing. So there's a trend there, there's a timing there. Then after the divination, then we have a certain position there that we know what we are going to do next. Then they give a hint. Maybe we just go, or maybe we have to stop, and so on. So that's the goal of the divination. And what is the divination? Again, is not the fortune telling. It's just a tool to help you to make a decision. For example, many times we have this example say that if you are your fate, you're just born as a Benz Mercedes car, then you have very good performance. You can run very fast. However, so that's a destiny. That's a fate. However, when you this Benz Mercedes drive into a very dangerous uh, path in the mountain around the mountain road, then what you should do? You might make a divination that then I should slow down, I should stop, I should do other things. You cannot just go ahead, speed up. Then you might just run into a big trouble. So that's the time we need make a divination to solve our current situation. Okay, that's not the fate or destiny. And actually, in Chinese religion or Chinese philosophy, uh, originally there's no idea of the God. The ancient Chinese just believe in the spirit, so they have tried to worship the spirit. Then the reversions for ancestors, for for their parents. So so in that case, they just collect the information of the we say the 前对地震巽感艮坤天泽火雷风水山地 the heaven, the lake, the fire, thunder, wind, water, mountain, earth, and so those a trigram basically just come from the opposite observation of the nature. Then they got the rules, and then they collect those rules and make a divination mechanism, try to solve their puzzle. Okay, so in this case, the whole philosophies come from the heaven and the human as one unity, 天人合一. And as we mentioned earlier, that the Nobel Prize winner Yang Zhenning in 2004, he said that this probably with the observation and with the induction of many information, it's good to establish a model with a lot of knowledge. However, lack of deduction. So that's why Leibniz, the calculus and the linear algebra, and they can have they have an open system to develop deduct many scientific equation in the open system. So that's the difference between the Leibniz algebra and also the I-Ching's model. And we have this earlier. Okay. And in fact, there are certain myths of the divination, and there are quite a few successful divination story in the ancient Chinese. And divination usually through the withdraw some with red or the skeleton of the turtle and the dead grass. Okay, so those things are some kind of for many people does not believe divination. They think that it's just a joke, and the fortune how can come from that? But basically, that's not a fortune. Again, it's a analyze tool and help you to analyze. So when we get into that divination, we is try to solve our puzzle. Then we have the good attitude. Just like we face a major, we had to be sincere. Okay, we had to put our emotion aside when we try to make this divination. So you want to other people, or you want to solve your puzzle for yourself, you have to be sincere. So there's a word called a sentence called 不诚不战,不义不战,不义不战. So you have to sincerely, and also you have to when you want to ask question, the question must be a right question, a justice question. You cannot ask if I can cheating, if I can stealing, I can do bad things. So that's called 不义不战. I do with only ask for those things are justice, right thing. Okay. The third principle is 不义不战. You cannot say that I just try and I not believe it. I just try. So also I for sure I already know the answers. So you have to have really you have some puzzles. You have some problems. So you don't work on this divination for things that you do not have any doubts. So you will only divide divinate for our suspicious things. Okay, and also the process has to be very sincere. Have to 诚, have to 义, have to sincere, have to be right, has to be suspicious. Okay, and so the process is very important. And after we make a divination, then the analysis also important. Okay, the analysis, and then from after we got the analysis results, then people ask question. Well, based on the word we get from a phrase from the I-Ching, then we can presume fortune and avoid misfortune, or modify our own behavior. So that's basically the process of divination. And now, what is the scientific model or scientific background of the divination? Actually, there are really a scientific background there, and which is synchronical mapping. Okay, and earlier we mentioned a famous psychiatry, Carl Jung. He is a girlfriend of Wilhelm, who translated I-Ching to German. And he proposed a very important theory called synchronicity. Okay, what he's mentioned, what his idea is, when there are many linear things and expanded things and occur together at the same time, and that is very hard to describe. So there's some synchronicity that we call 共识性, okay, and can describe this kind of mental state and objective event. And those mental state and objective event, actually they have some mapping relationship. However, those mapping relationship are actually synchronical mapping. Okay, and eventually divination is kind of synchronical mapping. This synchronical mapping eventually make the I-Ching divination successful. And if we make it a word that most people can understand, which can be looked as meaningful coincidence, 有意义的偶然. Okay, when you think something, your problem sincerely, then you got the mapping to what? Mapping to a phrase of the I-Ching. Okay, so that synchronicity basically has very close relationship with the observer's mindset. So you have to be sincere again. You have to sincere, and you have to emotionally connect to that, and that's make those non causalities relationship works. Okay, so this kind of subconscious meaning based after decoding, then we have a right result. And this is just a statistics of the I-Ching. When we make a divination, and there are 53 hexagrams with the word gentleman, and with 14 with virtual, and also 50 hexagram have the word related to the animal, and among those 384 lines, and we have 49 misfortune as a 12%. Okay, and we have this turn earlier, so we can get to, so that's a principle of the divination. Right now we can get into one very simple way to make a divination. We call it a number divination, a simplified number divination. And how can we do this? Basically, first we think on the question sincerely, probably for 30 seconds. Okay, then provide three-digit numbers. For example, three-digit number, for example, 364 or 885 or 601. Prime three-digit number. Then we use these three numbers to generate the lower trigram and the higher trigram, and a changing yao, a changing line. Okay, so we use this strategy. So this three line number will be used after calculation. Now we get a statement, and so the key thing is we have to sincerely think our question, and you don't have to concentrate. You don't have to put too much effort on the numbers. Then just come out any numbers. Just think about the things you want to ask. Okay. Then after we get the three numbers, then we divide the first number by 8, and divide the third number by 6, and write down the three remainders. Okay, so for example, we have these three numbers: 4, 35, 6, 92, 7, 34. By these three numbers, we multiply, divide by 8, and we have the remainder 3. Divide by 8, we have the remainder 4, and this divide by 6, we have the remainder 2. Then if the divisible, which means that we don't have remainder, then the remainder just take the number 8 or 6. If we divide by 8 is divisible by 8, then we just remember as 8, and divide by 6 with this divisible, then we just write down the 6. Okay. So we have followed the preheaven trigrams order, and mapping the first two numbers to true trigram. I don't know if you still remember the preheaven trigrams order is 乾对离正巽感艮坤. Quan as number 1, 乾 as heaven, 对 as lake, Li as fire, 正 as thunder, 巽 as wind or wood, 坎 as water, 艮 as mountain, kun as earth. So Quan is 1, Dui is 2, Li is 3. So we map those 8, those 3 numbers. For example, here the first is 3, the second is 4. So if the first number has remembered 3, then that will be 1, 2, 3. That will be Li. Okay. LID, and that is a lower trigram. Okay, always from a bottom up. The second number is remembered for 前对立正, that'll be the Thunder 正. Okay, that's the fourth. Then the third number remembered by 2, which means that the changing line, the changing yao, will be the second line. So in this case, we have 2 trigram and 1 changing line here. Then we put the just now we have the fire in the lower part, the thunder in the lower part. So here is a fire, and here is the thunder. If we look at those 64, we check those 64. Notice the first number's reminder, the trigram created by the first will be in lower part, and the second number will be higher, the upper part. So this is thunder fire, 风, okay, 雷火风. That thunder fire, 风卦 is abundance, the abundance. So this is a hexagram of abundance. So right now we already start the interpretation of our divination. So this is thunder, fire, abundance, 雷火风. And also the third number, remember our third number is true. True, the changing line, it will be here. From bottom up, we say that this is the first 9. This is the second 6. Okay, so that's 6, second 6. And so changing line 6 in the second line. And so we are looking to the word, the text of the I-Ching. The hexagram text of the phone. So that phone is actually the number 55 hexagram, the 55th hexagram. Abundance, abundance has success. A king had attains abundance, and be not sad, and be like the sun at midday. So 亨王甲之物忧一日中. So that's a story, the scope of the story. That's a gua, that's a hexagram, that's something hanging up there. However, for this particular question, is 6-2, 风起不日见，日中见斗，往得宜己，有福发若鸡. Maybe we won't go through all this, but once you see the last word, last character, good fortune, then you might think it might not be bad. Okay, but there's the story. We had to analyze this more carefully. We don't do this at this point. Actually, this divination was done by the first time when I offered this I-Ching informatics course in the computer science department, in the IT CSIE department. I was wondering that it's kind of strange to have this kind of course in the science engineering department. So in the class, we just make a divination, see how the class will work, and we just make the divination together, and we get that form with abundance. So things like that was a good one. Hopefully for this semester, we also have a good result. So that's pretty much the introduction of the divination, and also this concludes our I-Ching fundamental part. Okay, then we'll get into the next part later.